Sponsored by rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. rxcardclub.com. Potential risks of yellow 5-tartrazine. Yellow 5, also known as tartrazine or FD&C yellow number 5, is a synthetic yellow food dye suspected of being linked to health problems ranging from allergies to hyperactivity in kids to cancer. It is one of several azo food dyes made from petroleum products and among several dyes and food additives studied for potential health impacts. /R/N/R/N yellow number 5 adds color to make foods and soft drinks more appealing. It's also approved for use in pills and other medications, as well as in personal care products such as skincare products, shampoo, and cosmetics. Some textile manufacturers also use azo dyes like Tartrazine. /R/N/R/Nverywell /Anastasia TretiakrnrnRn in all, there are actually more than 100 names for Tartrazine that may be found on a product label. Some of these include :/R/N/R/N has long been suspected of being the cause of several symptoms and health conditions, though not all have been supported by research. Some suspected reactions include /R/N/R/Nred 40 is another food color additive suspected of causing health impacts, including allergies and reactions, ADHD, cancer, and other conditions. More research needs to be done on both yellow and red dyes to determine the safe daily intake, if any, and the precise effect these substances have on different populations. /R/N/R/Ntartrazine may be harmful to humans even though the FDA has approved its use in specific products. Yet researchers continue to work to establish a link between yellow number 5 and health impacts, including behavioral disorders in children or cancer. /R/N/R/N studies focus on the ways that tartrazine may /R/N/R/N much of the research on yellow number 5 is done through animal studies, and the evidence-based science on its impacts on humans remains lacking. However, the use of azo food dyes has been banned in other places outside the United States. /R/N/R/Ntartrazine is approved by the FDA for use in the United States. In some countries, such as Norway, yellow number 5 has been banned in the past, as have other azo food dyes. In 2013, the European Union ruled that the overallweight of evidence did not support the finding that yellow number 5 was toxic to genes, but the ruling called for further study. /R/N/R/N studies done with rats have shown that tartrazine is a neurotoxin, toxic to brain cells. It's thought that tartrazine affects the nervous system in rats in ways that include problems with spatial memory and more. /R/N/R/N rats given tartrazine showed a number of changes in their central nervous system, including a shortage of brain neurotransmitters and increased cell death. It is not known if these changes also pertain to humans. /R/N/R/Ntartrazine's effects in rats are significant, such that other agents have been tested along with yellow number 5 to see if they may play a protective role against the damage that tartrazine causes to the nervous system. One study with rats found that administering vitamin E, a neuroprotective agent, might prevent both the structural and behavioral changes caused by tartrazine. /R/N/R/Ntartrazine's effects are central to a few studies done in human children to assess behavioral changes. /R/N/R/N research on artificial food colorings, AFC, in children has found that large doses, defined as 50 milligrams or more of AFC, caused a more significant negative effect than on children than those who received less. /R/N/R/N synthetic food dyes have increased by 500% in the past 50 years. Behavioral problems such as attention deficit/hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, have increased at the same time. /R/N/R/N yet many changes have occurred during this time period beyond the adoption of artificial food dyes, and this correlation is not yet definitive. /r/n/r/n1 study looking at DNA repair found that tartrazine had no cytotoxic, damaging cells, effects but did have significant genotoxic, damaging DNA, effects at all concentrations studied. This damage could cause genetic mutations leading to cancer. /r/n/r/n The study found that most of the damage was amenable to repair but that some damage persisted in specimens exposed to tartrazine, unlike those not exposed, even 24 hours after exposure. The conclusion was that prolonged exposure to tartrazine could trigger carcinogenesis. /r/n/r/n It's important to note that even when DNA is damaged, many repair systems, such as tumor suppressor genes, can fix this damage. /r/n/r/n and its effects during pregnancy are not well understood. Animal studies of prenatal exposure to artificial food colorings have found some problems, such as a decrease in motivation and anxiety in the offspring of rats exposed during pregnancy. /r/n/r/n Research on tartrazine in pregnant rats also suggests evidence of DNA-related conditions, including /r/n/r/n Research findings in pregnant animals do not mean that there is a potential for problems in the human infants. What these animal studies suggest, however, is that further research is needed until more is known. /r/n/r/n Tartrazine is found in several foods. While many products are labeled, others, such as ice cream and desserts, may not be. /r/n/r/n Foods containing tartrazine include certain brands/types of. /r/n/r/n Tartrazine is also used in several other products. They include /r/n/r/n It can be difficult to ensure that the food you eat does not contain tartrazine since there are so many possible names for it on food labels. If it is essential for you, contact a healthcare provider for more information about avoiding it. /r/n/r/n Tartrazine is approved for use in the US and can be found in several food and personal care products. While some studies suggest it may have health effects on animals and humans, more research is needed. Ask your healthcare provider for more information if you have concerns about yellow number 5 dyes and food colorings. /r/n/r/n rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 80% on prescription drugs.